Hello, everyone, and welcome to Milwaukee. We're here for round eight of season one of the EDRS IndyCar Championship. And the big story for today is that the two championship contenders and leaders now are tied, both at 82 points. And this is gonna be a very important race for both of them. Who's gonna finish ahead of the other? Remember, every position gives you one more point than the one before, and really every single position that they can have on each other will be a huge, um, well, is going to make a huge gap for the other driver to bridge. And if we look, I mean, throughout the season, Drift has been on a run of wins. He's been able to finish the last two races in first. So if he can continue that run, and Cam has a slightly poor result like he did last race, he is going to absolutely pull away in the championship. Hydrax is getting replaced today, actually, by Buddy, and Buddy has been very fast thus far in this weekend. He is just a little bit off pole. He could have claimed pole position if he didn't risk it with the fast lane yesterday, but he did, and unfortunately, he lost out that lap.
Yep.
And but hopefully, he can come back and maybe take a win here for Hydrax in the uh, in the championship, and maybe even flip the tables. Maybe he will be the dark horse of today's race and take a win here that could give them back some points. Yet again, we have 4 rounds to go, so you have to finish at least two positions ahead of your competitors every time to bridge that gap. Everybody else is relatively out of the equation, I'd say, at this stage, unless there are, consistent DNFs from everybody in the top three every single race.
Yeah.
To bridge that gap.
The
Everybody else
Swift
is
and
relatively out of the
Amistad
equation, I'd say,
are
at
still
this
the
stage, unless there
championship
are,
standings, and
consistent DNFs
they're
from
tied.
everybody
And
in the
then we
top three
have
every single race.
who was it again? In 6 points behind
6 point behind is Hydrax.
Hydrax. So those three could make a interesting championship battle leading into the final four rounds. 6 points behind.
Yep. All right. Well, we're going to be now heading into the race here. Cam is going to be leading the way here. Unfortunately for Drift, Dom, sorry, they will be starting from the pits. That's going to make their job a lot more difficult here today. But for the other drivers, that does make it a bit easier, maybe, to fight for positions. But let's see, can they fight back up the order?
So
They will be starting from the pits. That's going to
so
make their job a lot more difficult here
who's
today.
starting on pole?
But for the other drivers, that does make it a bit easier, maybe, to fight for positions. But let's see, can they fight back up the order?
So
All right.
Cam is
Well,
on
leading the way
pole.
is going to be. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Cam is on pole. But will be Robu will be second.
All right.
But Cam is
Well,
on
leading the
pole.
way is. Go ahead, guys.
Then we have
Yeah, Bud should be here. I'm not sure where he is at the moment, though.
I'm here.
but Jobu in third place.
Hello.
Toxic will start fourth. Then we have Merrick on
Yeah, Bud
fifth place
should be
and
here. I'm not sure where he is
Labu
at the
in
moment,
sixth
though.
place and Swift seventh and Dawn.
Are we live?
Yeah, we are live.
Yes, we are live already.
Oh. Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Yep.
I know
All
I'm
right.
late,
So the
but
drivers are going to be starting to pace in just a second here. As we're going to see the yellow flag fly in just a little bit here. Not too many cars starting on the grid today, unfortunately, but it's okay. Yep.
I know
All
I'm
right.
late,
So the
but
drivers are going to be starting to pace in just a
I'm
second here.
here after getting absolutely
As we're going to see the
ruined.
yellow flag fly in
My race
just a
was
little bit
absolutely
here. Not too
ruined
many cars
in
starting on the grid today,
that
unfortunately, but
other league I mentioned
it's
yesterday,
okay.
but I digress from that.
Yep, we can line up next to me.
I'm here after getting absolutely ruined.
All right.
Anywho, absolutely ruined in that other league I mentioned yesterday. Anywho. 175 laps here today. As we said, not a lot of people
All right.
showing up to this race. So you've
It
got
is
it.
Father's Day today, actually. Yes. So
It
that does
is.
make sense.
That makes a lot of sense. As we said, but
It is Father's Day today, actually. Yes. So that does make sense.
Cam, after that impressive qualifying session yesterday, he finishes the race, or rather, he starts the race P2 or P1. After that impressive qualifying session yesterday, he finishes the race, or rather, he starts the race P2 or P1.
Listen. All right. Cam is going to start leading the way in a second here. All right. Cam is leading the way here for the field. He is in the best position out of everybody else to win the championship here.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Absolutely.
with his main contender starting from the pits, it is a very short track, so that will hurt Drift quite a bit. But at the same time, a turn one incident could completely flip the tables here for them. So that's going to be something definitely to watch out for the race start. But at the same time, Dom is a pretty fast driver, and he's going to be in very close contention here. Out of the pits.
Yep, so is Drifting. Drifting, last week's race winner, he could also have a great opportunity to find some grounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Drift has been on a run. He does have the longest winning streak of the season, as well as the longest podium streak. His podium streak is at 4 podiums in a row, and his win streak is at 2, which is he's tied. Oh, well, sorry, no. Cam hasn't actually been able to win any events back to back, but maybe he will be able to start that streak again. We'll see, though. As well, Drift is really just going to be hoping to
We have been
get
told that we
Cam.
are going to
The
reach
teal flag is going to fly this lap, letting the drivers know that the leader, Cam, is going to be pacing them. So we should expect to get started here in just a few moments' time.
Yep. All right. They're going to be doubling up into turn 3.
Cam is going to be pacing them. So we should expect to get started here in just a few.
All right, as we see the drivers rounding the corner, Lap was starting the last. Unfortunate run from him yesterday. Doubling up into turn 3.
Yep, quite unfortunate for him, but especially if he has the pace today, we should see no problems with him trying to get to the front.
Yep, and they are doubled up. All right, well, best of luck to these drivers here today. Let's see what they can do. They're going to be heading into the restart zone in just a second here. Let's see what's going to happen into one. Yep, and they are doubled up. All right, well,
yep, and as they get to the purple flag line, Cam ready, and green flag is in the air. Cam gets a good start, but and the two in the pits are gonna have to wait until all 4 of them pass, which they do. So far, Cam holding a
yes, Cam does pull away.
Cam holding a good gap, just under a second to Durzer, who, if we remember, he did qualify rather last, if I'm not mistaken, from yesterday's qualifying session. Oh, but look at that, the 9 looking on the outside doesn't have the momentum quite yet.
Oh, big crash, big crash!
Caution is gonna be thrown. That's Pug into the wall.
Pug and Noble has hit the wall.
Pug into the wall on his roof. Lapo also into the wall. And this is definitely gonna be flipping things up, especially for drivers like Cam. But as they start the pace, again, Cam still holding the lead over Durzer. Pucking still 3rd. He moved up from 4th. And if these two retired, we're going to have a whole new race. 2 of the main content, 2 of the top 5, if I'm not mistaken, out in the early going. Yep, and mutual understanding reaching Pug and Lapo in the chat. So we'll see that, we'll hope that they're still on the same page here. Yellow flag still out on lap 4. And it's Cam still in the lead. Lapo gets his car respawn, as does Pug. Both of them still going down pit road.
I mean, if they have lost the wheel just because they didn't make it.
A little bit of drama for Lapo that was. Just queuing up behind drifting in P4. Gotta wait to merge right at that black line that you see the two that you see the field approaching now. Cyan flag is out, so we will be going green this lap. The driver in the lead, Cam, he is controlling the pace at the moment. So he can go whenever, if he has a good reaction time, he can go whenever he wants, right after that purple flag, just before the green flag. As they approach 4, you can see that number 9 patriotic livery. That number 9 machine right behind him, trying to stop that purple flag, and green flag is in the air. Cam with another good start. Durzer just half a second behind that last lap, but he's under pressure from Dom. Dom's gonna get contact between the two, but Dom's gonna get the job done into P2 over that number 9 of Durzer. But it's all about the man in front, that number 15 machine of Cam. Cam leading the field on to lap 7. Dom, as you see on the leaderboard, Dom now in second. That number 9 machine just ahead of drifting in P4. The ends right now. Cam would retake the lead in the championship, but and now the number 9 of Durzer looking on the on Dom, looking for that momentum to get past him. He's starting to get it on the backstretch into 3. Contact. 9 forcing Dom out of the way, and he's back in second. Contact behind meanwhile. That's drifting and Dom. Now drifting's looking for second. Drifting gets it, but Durzer goes up high, so he may have the faster line into 3. No, he's not. Drifting getting the job done into second. Now has 1 car ahead of him. That 15 of Cam.
As we also mentioned in the freeway.
Oh, contact with the wall, drifting. That's gonna let Durzer get a run. Down into 3. Durzer back into second now. But drifting said he's not done yet. Drifting contact with the 9 in front. He's gonna get to the inside. He's back into second. This fighting is only letting Cam get a bigger gap to the 2 behind him. So these drivers will have to work together if they want any chance of fighting for a win. So far, it's been pretty clean and eventful. This battle for second still simmering, as that 9's gonna look to catch up to drifting. There's 3/10 behind him. Lapo, meanwhile, gets up into P4 over Dom. I haven't seen Pug complete any laps. Oh, wait, never mind. There he is. Lapo doing a pretty decent job recovering his race, especially after that lap, after that wreck, and the 9 into the wall. He's off the racing line, so
Can he make it to the pit?
possibly there's no caution there. Drifting secured in second. Caution is out. Shout out to the EDRS officials who are doing an amazing job making sure everybody's racing cleanly. Oh, contact between the 31 and the 77, I believe that was.
Yep.
Cam's lead, meanwhile, is completely gone, so he's going to have another good start if he wants any chance of getting that lead back. The server has been locked, so we're most likely not going to see any drivers join after this. Back to the action here. Somebody is in the pit lane, but we are going green this time. Who's that? Who is that? Who? Oh, that's Durzer in pit lane. Durzer, he's gonna be to the rear of the field, 2 laps down apparently. Not sure if we need to get laps fixed there. But I digress from that. As meanwhile, you see Cam ever ready to get this race back underway.
Go. And whip.
Ever ready to get this race back underway. Yep, and they start to approach turn 4, out of turn 4 onto the front stretch. Cam's looking for that purple flag. Purple flag flown, and green flag back in the air. That might be worst start. Meanwhile, they almost get 3 wide in the back. They're gonna go 2 abreast, 4th. Meanwhile, 5th looking. But in the front, it's Cam dominating so far, getting all 17 laps. Lapo down to last. Not sure what happened there, but Drifting is going to want to try to catch up, if I can formulate and find my words. Drifting trying his best to catch up, but that 15 machine's not gonna let him. On lap 19 out of 15 out of 176. He's gonna cross the line as your race leader. Meanwhile, he did qualify on pole yesterday, so he's been holding his own. do get a little bit of a battle between Dom and that number 9 of Desert for third. They almost go two abreast into 3 and 4. Desert on the outside there. He gets the job done, but that's not the end of the race. But that's not the end of this battle. It's that 99 machine's going to try to keep him behind. A little bit of contact between the two of them. And right now, I think the 99 has done what he needs to do. Dom's still holding third there. The 9 said he's not done yet. He wants more of that. Meanwhile, up front, Drifting starting to catch Cam. As that battle for third is starting to intensify. Dom's still looking to keep his place over the 9. He's not going to be able to do so with contact to the wall. Desert going to fly ahead. And that battle for now should be over with. Is that number 9 Hot International Machine going to get it done? Cam putting that middle line. And last lap, Cam, I believe that was last lap, Cam with a 25.5-second lap time. Just over that time, but Drifting just about a tenth faster on pace.
And on the next
Right now he sits 4/10.
we'll take a look at the second vote and show the average rating.
Yep. Previous lap, Cam slower than Drifting. Drifting catching him slightly. Right now he sits at 4/10, but as he crosses the line, that drops a 10. So he is now 3/10 behind the leader, 2/10 behind the leader now. They've sailed away into the sunset from Desert and Dom.
Oh no. Can't pick around with.
Slight contact with the wall for the 31 machine, but that's not going to affect him as much as you might think.
One thing that's gonna be higher and just ready.
That's not going to affect him as much as you might
Cam. The build was able to get close enough to shut in and move. Wow. You wait for that. Well, you can do with G-Sport, bring it up. Focus out. Oh. What happened to parking? gone. We're this close to get him. This is now Drift descending in the move. Drift just in the move. Does he keep it around? Oh, he was close, tight out of turn. Let's go for the high lane. Keep this middle. Like out.
Drifting, looking on into one. He's not gonna find the pace at the moment.
Also,
Oh, he's still looking.
And Pucking seems to be out of the way.
Ken doesn't have the momentum. As they cross the line, Cam still in the lead by just 0.4 of a second. But don't count out the man 0.4 behind Cam. Drifting extremely fast, showing that he is able to try and compete for the lead. Is so far not able to connect the dots and get the job done. And I see some lap traffic up ahead.
So do I.
I believe that's Lapo. As for some reason, we only have 4 out of 6 competitors missing. Who is that? Who are we missing?
20 seconds behind the lap.
Missing Dom and Pug on the spectate options menu. I might, yeah. Field might have been reduced to 4, but I still believe it's at 6. We try to explain that. Out of 2.2 seconds between him and Drifting.
Oh well.
Try to explain that.
Time to see.
Out of 2.2 seconds.
If gonna think about his strategy or will try and see what Cam plays out with. And I got some news. Puck did DNF, he crashed and parked his safety, and don't PC crash. Blue flag for Labo, blue flag for Labo. The sitting comfort and the plate. Cam is just pulling his lead. With now 3 seconds behind. There's a 3 seconds behind with Lapo 1 down.
Lapo in the wall.
Oh,
That could have been very dangerous. That could have been very, very dangerous for Drift as Lapo makes contact with the wall and barely dodging him. That was a close call for one of our championship contenders. As Drift, that one mistake when he tapped the wall has just completely destroyed his momentum. He's just unable to do anything as Lapo was getting lapped by the top 3. Dom, unfortunately, had his PC crash and he's going to be trying to rejoin as it stands. And Lapo not even fighting for his lap there. So he's going to be down to everyone. So really, at the moment, it's a strategy race. So who gets the undercut or the overcut?
Yep.
Blockman not even fighting for his lap there, so he's gonna
A
go down to everyone. So really, at the moment, it's a strategy race. So who
and
gets the undercut or the
some
overcut?
people say theoretically it's like playing chess.
It really is, yes.
So it's also
Yeah,
about who's gonna make the first move and make a pit stop. But I guess
yeah. At the moment, though, Drift did set a faster lap than Cam. He's starting to punch back on the pace.
yeah,
I'm gonna check the latest lap times and see. Let's see, is he able to set a consistent lap time that's faster? Yeah, at the moment though, Drift did set a faster lap. Yeah, he is able to chip away at that lead. Oh yeah, Drift is starting to turn up the pace here. You can see he's burning 2/10 a second to Cam, so he's starting to turn it around here. It was a very close battle between them two, those two drivers, making a little bit of contact, unfortunately. But at the moment, Drift is starting to break that momentum and come back in this race.
now it's 2 seconds of behind. This is fighting his way back. Could done some fuel saving after that contact to make sure he got really enough to the end of the stint.
Yeah, and can't. I mean, he's starting to break. Yeah, he's starting to punch back in this run. You can see, yeah, he's burning 2/10 a lap. He's starting to turn up the pace here, and Cam's gonna start feeling it as he looks at the gap from the leader. Maverick dropping away, unable to answer that at all. Cam weaving a little bit. Um, I don't know. I think he may or may not have made a mistake, and he's bleeding a lot of time to drift. Let's see. Let's watch out the lap time stack. Oh, he's going into the pits. Cam is going into the pits. He pulls the trigger. I guess he decided not to see what happens with that, and with his lap time starting to fall to drift. So let's see what happens now. Can drift set a very good lap here as Cam was taking a stop. Let's
That
look at that.
guy,
Let's look. Will he get a good? Let's see if he gets a good stop here.
that was
Oh,
not
it
that.
doesn't look like a good stop. So let's see what happens now. Cam Drift set a very good lap here. It doesn't look like Cam got a good stop. He's going to be exiting the pits just behind Drift. I think he may or may not have had a bad pit entry into one of the boxes, and he's having a horrible stop there. I believe nobody else has stopped just yet. That's going to be interesting. Okay, that could shake up the order. That could actually give Drift a lead off of strategy.
Yep. And here's the sitting in second place after that bad stop from Cam.
That could shake up the order. Although we will in a second here check the latest lap times after we let Cam do a few laps on the fresh set of tires. He is on the alternates now, so he will be faster than Drift on the pretty worn primaries. Drift is going into the pits. Let's look at that. Let's see how good of a stop he gets. As Cam is going to be rounding him, he's going to go around unlap himself. Let's see. Can Drift get enough pace? Did he have enough pace on his in laps there? As we're going to be focusing on him, he's going to go for the last pit box here. That's the best one because you get the best acceleration out of the pits. All right, let's see. Is it a good stop? Does Cam get out ahead of him, or does Cam get out behind of? Oh, this is going to be tight. Drift is coming out. Let's see who has the momentum. This is for the championship here. Drift is going to be exiting the pits as Cam is going into turn one. As Cam is going to have the momentum, Drift is
Oh,
going to come out.
good keep
Oh, this
it,
is going to be
keep
very
it.
tight. Oh, Cam gets the momentum. Drift doesn't have enough, but he will have the better tires. Heading into turn three, Cam sweeps around the outside, but you can see how much the gap shrunk to Drift after that bad stop for Cam. I think he just missed his pit box. And Maverick is in the lead, but it's not going to be. He's not going to be in the lead after after his pit stop. He did though. He did take a stop during the first caution period.
Yeah, he did. He did. So that means he comes on a little longer on his alternate tires.
Yeah, he took a stop 10 laps, well, sorry, 15 laps in. So he's going to have a bit better wear, but let's see, is that going to play to his advantage? He was last, so he had nothing to lose. He does have very worn alternates, though. Let's see if he's going to start bleeding the pace to the drivers behind. Drift, though. What a great What a great stop from him. He pulled the overcut and it almost worked. Almost worked.
Almost.
Cam did have enough of a buffer at the pit stop though.
Yeah.
See though, can he start turning up that momentum that he had before?
That will shut him down.
Cam is slow. Cam is starting to lose time again. I think he made contact with the wall again, and Cam is going to lose a lot of time here. Drift is coming into contention here. Oh, Drift has another big run. Well, one thing we'll definitely notice is the push to pass as we come, or as we're going to be coming to the end of the race. The push to pass is going to be a very important factor. Who can deploy more? Drift sliding up into the wall. He's going to break his momentum. No run for him just yet. So I guess it's going to be all about minimizing the mistakes you make. Really just staying on the limit. That second groove, though, it does seem to be the best line. Drift is just risking it every lap.
Yes.
I believe Lapo actually also took his pit stop. Yes, he did.
Yep. Even in same as Cam. Even in when Cam went in.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, he's not on the pace today, so that's going to be something to improve on. Unfortunate for him, he did have previously some great runs. He is a driver, though, well, that he says himself that is struggling around ovals. Those aren't his strong suit for sure, which is very unfortunate because this mid-season, this kind of mid to end of the season part is really all ovals. It's going to be three ovals in a row. We
Yeah,
already
and
did
then it's gonna
Phoenix.
end at Laguna Seca.
Yes, the season is going to end at Laguna Seca. At the moment, we did Phoenix. We're now in Milwaukee, and the final, well, second to last oval of the season is Fontana. After that, we have a race at Road America, and then to round out the final two rounds of the season, it is Nashville and then Laguna Seca. Well, let's see. Is Maverick gonna get into the pits? He is losing some time, and I think right now would be the best time to pull the trigger for a pit stop. But it does seem like he's trying to just stretch out the stint. He's at 50% tires, so that could be something that could flip the tables for him. Let's see if we get any cautions. Maybe. I doubt we're gonna get too many based off of the amount of drivers we have.
Yeah. If we were like 10, 12 drivers, then we would have a lot more caution.
Yep. Oh, Cam makes a mistake through the corners. He had to lift off quite a bit there, and he just lost some time there to drift. They're within a second of each other, half a second of each other now. That's a big mistake from Cam, and I think he's made another mistake through this corner. Yeah, he has a bad line, and Drift is going to be catching up. Drift having huge momentum. If you look at his speed, he hit 195 on corner entry, so he has to brake pretty hard, and Cam hits the wall.
Like the first, second place, with second.
Yeah, this is the technically a race for the lead here off strategy. Can he make it stick around the outside? No, he drifts a bit too wide. Oh, he makes contact with the wall. Drift just cannot hang on to it. His setup at the moment, he removed one wing because he was running on wing 3 before, and I think that's hurting him a little bit. He's not used to this as much as he was used to the wing 3 setup, and he's just not able to run that line as well. Second groove does seem to be the best line as we saw in the NXT race. Previously, it was the best line. People were able to run it. Oh, there's huge momentum.
Oh!
Pass for the
What
default
a
lead.
slingshot from Drift. Just slingshot
Drift into the
straight
lead.
off. And Drift
Ah,
has the lead straight from Milwaukee. But Cam is gonna fight back.
oh, he dives to the inside.
Oh!
He cuts to the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact there. Cam, a little too aggressive, and Drift's gonna slide up. He has to back out a little bit. He's gonna have the outside though. He's gonna have to run.
And
Oh, what about championship lead here?
this is what we call shot fire.
Yes. Oh man, it just really right now what I'm hoping for is nobody gets hurt in this battle. They're pretty much identical over the line. We
Oh,
saw
he
that
never
photo
touched his
finish at
enemy.
Phoenix. Are we gonna have another photo finish here if this keeps going on? Oh, he touches the wall and that's gonna ruin his run. No, Drift losing that run. Let's see, can Cam capitalize now? He has been leading so far in this battle. Oh, and Maverick still staying out. He's really stretching this stint out, but he's
Drift goes
losing
to the
massive amounts of
inside.
time now. I think he's almost losing half a second a lap now. So I think if any time, Maverick should pit now.
start again over the outside.
Like he's losing massive
A
amounts of
bit
time now.
low.
Drift's gonna have the run here though. Look at that. He has a much better line. Cam has to lift off more, and Drift is gonna start building up that momentum. Is he gonna use any of his deploy? Drift has not been using any deploy thus far. If we look, Cam has 50 seconds less than Drift on his push to pass. Let's see. Oh, Drift has a bit of a wide line. He keeps that at the wall though. That's gonna give him momentum. You see, if you can run that line all the way up to the wall, you can have a great amount of momentum as we see from Drift. And Cam is just keeping it conservative, but he doesn't have that exit speed. Let's see. How much did they gain to the current leader, not the net leader? Yeah, oh, they're just like burning a second a lap to the leader now. After they stop battling, they stop losing time as much.
Yeah.
Okay, Drift. Yeah, he's just having better momentum though.
Yep. Also, I think Drift is gonna wait for the right moment to use his deploy and then send it.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's also saving up because at short tracks, your push to pass, it gets drained very quickly.
Yeah.
But I think if he conserves it a bit towards the end of the race, he could really go for a last race push and just try and get that pass done and then just push, push, push and just not give him an opportunity to repass as he has a run. Maybe he's going to go
Go
for
from the
it.
inside.
Oh, he's looking down the inside. Cam's going a bit high.
Section.
Oh, they're side by side.
Side by side.
Cam is deploying. Cam is deploying. Drift isn't deploying, however. Drift is being very conservative here today as he's still on the inside. He's going to make it stick into the net first place position.
And they are approaching level once again. Level again.
Yeah, Lapo having a very tough race. He's just racing here for points at the moment. Nothing he can really do. Not having the pace, man. It really just at a loss here, I guess, with this car. But Cam and Drift really showing us what it means to fight for a championship. And Drift, this is one of the first times they've actually been a direct fight between each other for the championship as Drift just flies away now. Look at that. After Drift got out of the dirty air of Cam, he's just able to pull away.
That's also true. They are not close that maybe a bit on the
It does seem like Cam is he is a bit worse on tire wear, but also with that early undercut strategy, it's going to be blue flags waving yet again for Lapo.
blue
But
flag for Labo. Flag for Labo.
yes, blue flags.
Labo has
But
straight. Labo has straight.
it does seem like as soon as Cam started lost that lead and that started gave Drift clean air, it looks like he just completely dropped away. And traffic here is going to be pretty important for Drift, but traffic doesn't make as much of an impact for him. He didn't get slowed up. He didn't catch it at a
Stays
wet spot.
out. Doesn't still stays out.
Oh, Lapo though very tight with Cam. Cam might have lost some momentum there, and it's green flags now. At the halfway point of the race here, almost
Yep.
starting to get there. Wow, that has been a great battle though for the lead, for the net lead of the race. And Maverick is losing lots of time now. I think he has overstayed his visit with his tires, and he's losing way too much time.
That's got the entire birthday.
Maverick Drift at the moment is in a league of his own. He's a second faster than Maverick with the lap times. If there's a time to pit, it's now.
Now. Not
It doesn't seem like we're gonna get any cautions. Lapo, I do feel bad for him. He did have some great performances previously, but he did say that ovals are definitely, or well, high cars with high downforce, because he is a mainly stock car guy. Cars with high downforce at short ovals are not his strong suit, and he's really showing that here today, unfortunately. Next round will be a super speedway, however. So that's going to be very interesting. Fontana. It's going to be fun to watch. We low down for spec cars. Also, is it just me? I think the broadcast may or may not have gone black for a second. Oh no, we're good now. We're good now. Sorry about that.
it's all
It
right.
went dark for a few seconds. That happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cam Oh man, yeah, Maverick is completely now falling off with the tires. I mean, they're catching up. Let's check the latest lap times. More than oh yeah, exactly a second a lap, both the drivers behind. And if it's gonna be tough for Maverick. Maverick really just staying out too long, and he's really screwing up his the rest of the race for him. As Drift is gonna cross the line yet again, he bleeds another second, or cuts another second off that gap to the leader. I think Maverick could have stopped when they were battling, and that would have given them the best chance to catch back up.
Yeah.
But now Drift and Cam are pretty much setting a very well. No, Drift is still a second faster than both of them, but uh, Cam just holding his pace at the moment, and Drift pulling away. Drift still very, very full on push to pass. That's one thing I think we should observe. He is very, very safe with his strategy on push to pass and things. Here, let's try and get like a gyro cam now. I guess I think that's cam 8, number 8. And oh, this awesome angle. Oh, Maverick goes into the pits. Maverick's in the pits. Let's try and get like a gyro cam now. I guess yeah. Oh, this awesome angle. Oh, Maverick goes into the pits. Oh, did you know that you can actually, I think if you're on the T cam, you can actually use the arrows to rotate the camera? No, I mean roof camera. Roof camera. That's number 6. Yeah, we could use that for some of the battles later, as we're looking on board with Cam, I believe. Yes, that is Cam. And is he going to be able to start cutting back? Is he going to be able to start pushing back up to Drift? Maverick is on the freshest set of tires now, and he's going to start setting some good laps here. Let's see. Can he? He is staying on the lead lap thus far. Oh, by the way, you could try and use plus, minus, 0, and 9 for some additional very cool angles. And see how the latest lap times shape up. Maverick is currently trying to pull away. He's not going to be a lap down, so that's something good for him. Let's see how his lap times shape up. So he is just a tad bit slower than Drift and just a little bit faster than Cam. So he will be actually gaining on Cam at the moment, even though it might not seem like it. Almost at 50% of the race here.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts thus far? I mean, at the moment, Drift has started to dominate, and this is gonna, if he can keep this going, he's gonna have the longest podium streak of the season, as well as the longest win streak in IndyCar history for EDRS now.
It has been an entertaining way with 2 cars in the top, but well, what it is, but then it's just racing with some more battle throughout. So I enjoy it, and I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be
This could be it, yeah. If nothing hurts him, no mistakes will happen. Then, well, he's pretty much golden. He's going to be able to just pull to the finish here and maintain his lead. As it stands, Cam needs to start turning up the pace, but it might seem like his setup is going to hurt him. Let's check actually on the driver's setup now. Cam running the lowest downforce and the most aggressive possible. Meanwhile, Drift is running 2 wings, so he has a little bit more downforce as he's catching up to Maverick actually. So Maverick is going to start shaking his boots as he's going to go a lap down, and really everybody's a lap down besides the people in first and second, but he hits the wall there. That's going to hurt him. Huge momentum breaker. But he still has the pace on Maverick. I'm going to check in on what Maverick's setup is at the moment. And it's the same as Cam, but it does seem like that low downforce setup is actually worse in the long run. It really seems like it, as we can ride on the reverse looking cam for Maverick. As we just see Drift building up that momentum behind him. I think it's number 7. Yes. Oh, can Maverick make a move? Oh, there's contact, and it's a lap car. Lap cars can fight for their lap, but I mean, that's really nobody's fault. Drift was just trying to make a move there. Try number 7 for Maverick. There we go. Yeah, as we see, this is gonna play a huge role for Cam. This lap traffic here could completely flip this fight, as you see Drift fall away a lot. Let's as we're gonna look at the latest lap time when they all cross the line. Yeah, Cam, or sorry, Drift losing a lots of time there to Cam, an entire second, more than a second, almost 2 seconds there. That's gonna hurt him a lot.
But Drift seems to gain his momentum again.
Yeah, he's gonna go for another run at it. Maverick can't fight to stay on the lead lap. Yeah, any incidents caused will be on him. But that wasn't really an incident. That was just no space, nowhere to go.
Yeah. So the officials won't rule it as an incident because no space.
Yep.
And yes, I'm still moving.
Oh, he's gonna go to the inside now. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. And that's lap traffic gone now for Drift. Blue flags waved a bit late there, but it's okay. And Drift absolutely gaps him again. You can see as soon as he gets out of that dirty air, he just flies away.
Yep.
This is a fight for the championship if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
But these tires are starting to wear. They're starting to get to 50%. So Maverick could actually put himself into the fight for the win here. Actually, now the more that I look at it,
Yeah.
his late stop will allow him to just keep going as these guys are going to be stopping for their stops. I think Cam and Drift might do a same lap pit stop and just hope to get a better stop than the other. I think the strategy really is just get into the last pit stall, but maybe if Drift goes for an earlier pit stall, Cam can stop right in front of him and make it a struggle for Drift to get out of the stall. Oh, Drift hits the wall. That's gonna hurt his lap. Let's see. It's a 3 second gap now. As he crosses the line, it's gonna be a 3 second flat. So he got a little bit of time out of that. The only thing about this track is if you bleed time, you can run a tighter line, which can give you a better exit.
Yeah.
That is really the only thing.
Looks like Cam is starting to catch up to Maverick now.
Yeah, blue flags are going to be waving in just a second here
Even out
for
now.
Maverick. It is a bit far back at the moment, so but we're now past the halfway point of this race, and Maverick is going to try and maybe pull an insane one stop, well, technically a two stop strategy, but still, it's going to be very interesting to see if he can pull that unusual overcut, extreme overcut, I'd call it,
Yeah.
to win the race. Or maybe just, he's definitely maintaining his podium positions, that's for
Yeah.
sure. As blue flags are waving for him. He doesn't have the pace at the moment, which is interesting considering he has much newer tires. He has almost 20% to 30% newer tires. And then Cam's going to try and make a move here. Lap was in the pits. Let's see. Cam gets by Maverick. Cam, though, is starting to actually bridge that gap again. If you look at the latest lap times, he is now within half a second. He's been able to cut half a second down to the leader. So this could have huge implications for further in the race with the fight, with the championship on the line. As it stands, Cam will be 1 point down on Drift. Oh yeah, but he's starting to burn that time. He is starting to catch back up to Drift. If you look, he burned another 0.3 of a second. So right now, it could be the best time for Drift to stop, get the fresher tires, and start pushing for the undercut. Let's see, will they take it? Not yet. Not yet. If I was Cam right now, I'd just stay out and ride the wave, really.
Yeah.
As he crosses the line, and no more gain from him. So it looks like his momentum did stop there a bit. Lap was slow up ahead. It could be... No, nothing. Nothing there. Let's see. Does traffic hurt Drift now? As he's sweeping into this corner, blue flags are waving. Is he going to get him in the right spot? Lapu is going to... Yeah, he's going to go up. Oh, but this could hurt Cam, possibly. Yeah, this is going to put Cam in a tight spot, but he's able to get by. Let's see. Cam does seem to be did seem to cut that gap down again. So we're seeing the reverse of the previous run, if you have noticed. This is very interesting. Cam, yeah, burning a little bit more time now. This is gonna be just a time race. Let's see who can catch up to who.
Yeah,
Oh, it does seem like Drift made another mistake.
yeah,
Drift just has to really try and stay out of the wall at the moment, keep a
yeah.
good pace, not risk it too much. Cam goes into the wall, but he's able to keep his momentum going. Oh, and that gap goes down even more. 5 tenths. So we're gonna see a Cam comeback here. Um, as he's trying to reclaim that first place position, now an actual first place position, not just a net position. Oh, and that gap goes down even more. 5 tenths. So we're gonna see a Cam comeback here. As he's trying to reclaim that first place position, now an actual first place position, not just a net position. Lost a little bit of time there.
Yeah,
This is going to be a strategic race. I think we can all agree on that now.
yeah,
That this is going to be a race that is fully based off of strategy um, for these cars. Lost a little bit of time there. This is going to be a strategic race. I think we can all agree on that now. This is going to be a race that is fully based off of strategy. See though, does the gap get smaller? It
yeah,
doesn't seem like it. Ah, yeah, Cam was starting to lose a little bit of lap time. So that's what happened last stint. Cam had a very strong kind of mid stint, and then he started falling away, and he makes contact with the wall a bit there. So that's going to be tough for him to come back for. Let's see. He's going to start sweeping. Let's see who takes a stop now. Let's see. Does anybody go in for the undercut? Any lap, really. It's going to be any lap now. They are past 50% on tire wear. Cam is a few percent down on drift as he did take a 1 lap earlier pit stop. Oh, but he does seem to be catching again.
yeah.
Let's see. Does drift break this momentum by going into the pits? Not yet. Not yet, he says. I'm going to keep it out a little bit longer, but he's within a second. Cam is within a second now. This is starting to get into dangerous territory for drift. I would just take a pit stop at this point, not let Cam have a good kind of, I guess, reference point. They have been running for quite a bit, though, on these tires. How long do you think they've been running? Cam is within a second now. This is starting to get into dangerous territory for drift. I would just take a pit stop. Ah, drift again, little
About
tap on the wall there.
25, 35 laps.
Yeah, right about. So I don't think anybody can. I think there's going to be at least one more pit stop after this one. And so I think there's going to be at least two more stops in this race.
I'm thinking if they can conserve the tires well,
So I think I don't think anybody can.
the primary could be want to go for the end.
So I think Yep. I think maybe. I think they can maybe
But
stretch it out to
might
one pit
need
stop.
to go under 65 to 60 to go for that to be happening.
Yep, I agree with you on that. I think they should try and it's really a tricky strategy though,
Yeah,
but I do think they could try to stretch it out considering they do have the pace on everybody else. But for Drift, for the overall lead, he could try something different, risk it, and maybe get the reward for it. It's really a tricky strategy
yeah,
though, but I do think they should try to. Let's see. Cam does seem to have made a small mistake on the lap. He is within a second though. So that's the big thing. He was able to cut down that gap to Drift after Drift passed him. Oh, Drift, little mistake on the exit there, and Cam's gonna have a big run on the straight. Yeah, you can see the gap getting smaller and smaller. We're about to get another crescendo here with the drivers catching up to each other. It would be quite interesting to see if they both pull into the pits at the same moment. Drift has a big run, so Cam's gonna lose again. Really, just corner to corner battle. Who can gain a little bit more? Who can gain a little bit, or who's gonna lose more? Who's gonna gain more? Let's see how their lap times compare though. Drift was faster that lap. And you can see that by the gap starting to stretch out a little bit more.
yeah, like touch the wall.
Yeah, and Drift's starting to get his momentum back here. This is quite interesting. This is very interesting to see how it plays out between these two drivers.
Yeah,
Drift seems to have found some pace though, and he's starting to pull back away. Unfortunate to see Bud and Dom though not able to compete in this race past the first few laps. And Cam takes a pit stop. I didn't even notice that. Sorry, I was focused on the lap times. Cam taking his pit stop, so he's going for the undercut here. Let's see. Can Drift? Will Drift go for his stop now? This is the big question. I think Drift might answer him right now. No, he stays out. He stays out, and that could cost him some lap time. Cam is taking a stop, so they're going to be coming out side by side here. Drift technically in the lead still, in the net lead. Let's see though, is he gonna stop this lap? Cam going onto the circuit now.
Yep.
He is a lap down at the moment. Let's see though, does Drift take a stop now? He's taking a stop. He's taking a stop. He's going in. He's going in. He's going in. Huge moment in the race. Does the undercut work for Cam? Drift has been consistently staying out a little bit longer than Cam, able to have a little bit more life in those tires. Let's see if it pays off for him. We're going to see Cam coming into the third corner here. Is he able to keep a clean line? Lapu is passing Drift. Maverick passes Drift. Maverick is now technically on the lead lap again. Drift comes out of the pits, and I don't think it worked for Cam. I don't think that strategy worked out for Cam too much. Oh, Drift bounces a little bit. That could have been bad. Drift exits the pits, and he is well ahead of Cam. Cam does have the momentum though. Drift not making any not making any setup adjustments. Cam though also not making any adjustments. Sorry, I made my voice kind of imply the opposite. But Cam losing some time on that undercut. So I think if he stayed out a little bit longer, he did have the pace there to maybe pass him on the strategy, but not yet. They are really within touching distance of each other this entire race, but not able to do anything for Cam. Drift was able to show us like some great pace and make that move, make that very important move for that position just ahead of Cam and the lead. But Cam, on the other hand, not able to do the same for him, not able to trade blows with Drift. Yeah, and Cam's starting to lose some lap time. That is very unfortunate for us to see.
Yeah. And it's
All of these.
and it's very unfortunate to the viewers. They would love to see a battle for the lead.
Yeah, and if you looked at, I mean, if you guys were there for the NXT race, we had a five-way battle for the lead, constant position changes, constant battles through and through the race, and honestly, it was a great finish. We had a photo finish for P3, as well as a final lap move for P3, and then some other drivers, very close for the lead. Great strategy battles there. Unfortunate that sometimes the IndyCar races, due to them being a higher performance class of cars, just not being able to provide the same entertainment, but we have had some great races. I mean, Phoenix photo finish right over the line, Drift taking that late stop and just able to continue a winning streak now out of Detroit. The Detroit was quite chaotic. We've had a few good races. Gateway was amazing. The second race of the season, as the strategy battle actually played out extremely well in that case, where Chesko took a late stop and was able to punch through the field.
I remember that.
Yep. Oh, and Cam hits the wall. That's going to break his momentum. And you can see he has lost just tons of time. And I think it could be just the drift show now, with him starting to could break a record here in EDRS for the most both wins and podiums, as well as wins in a row. Yeah, Lapu just really driving for points here. He is going to score some big points for himself now. Cam was back into the pits, yes. What is happening with that? What is happening? Oh no, this could be horrible for him. Very bad pit. I'm not sure, honestly. Is he going to go for primaries and just stick it out to the finish? No, he goes on a fresh set. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he just change his setup? He did. He changed his setup. That's what he did. He went on a new setup, but he's now a lap down to Drift. Drift might have to take one more pit stop, but that was a very slow stop for him. he was kind of coasting through the pit lane, and that could be the race over. He did.
That could
He
be
changed his
for
setup. That's
Cam
what he
and
did.
the
He
lead
changed his
drift.
setup, but he's now a lap down in drift. Drift might have to
Panic.
take one more pit stop, but that was a very slow stop. Honestly, Drift, after he was able to break that momentum early in the race for Cam, he's just been able to continue this run of momentum and just not letting him breathe. He still has he's not even drained a full 10 seconds of push to pass throughout this race, just to show you how dominant he's been. And Lapo and Maverick are both less than 50%, or sorry, have less than 50 seconds of push to pass. Cam just teething on that 50% margin of him having 119 seconds of push to pass. Drift, though, just using his raw pace. Like, can you imagine what we could see from him if he was using his push to pass?
Yeah. Uh, and we could see a top 24
Yes, definitely. I wait a minute. I do think maybe Cam forgot to take fuel.
Oh,
I think the one thing I think that could have been it. I think Cam forgot to take fuel. That's why he took his pit stop as well as to change the setup. I think that could have been it. Now that I'm looking back through it, yeah, it does seem like Cam forgot to take fuel.
Maverick is sitting in second place right now.
Yep. Cam again making some big mistakes there. Oh,
Oh,
Cam,
no,
Cam
no,
has
no,
damage.
no.
Cam has damage on the track. That is something. Oh no, Cam has big damage. Yep, and he's on the circuit.
Oh, that is not what Cam needs. No,
Cam
no,
has
no,
damage.
no.
That is a big incident for him. I think he just kind of his car. I was watching him. His car seemed to have slid a little bit on the track, and I think he got a rear suspension damage. Yeah, he slid up into the track onto the top of the track by the looks of it, and he got the damage there. This is gonna flip the fight here in a very big way.
Cam is spinning his car. Uh,
This is gonna flip the fight here in a very big way. That is a very big incident for him there. This is very important for the race. He is going to be now last. Lapo's going to
Lapo
get his laps back.
pulling away to stop himself.
Very big incident for him there. This is very important for the race. Maverick is stopping. Maverick is taking a cheap. Yeah, Maverick is taking a stop now. Cam is now going to be resetting. That sucks for him though. That incident could take him out of contention here. Maverick is going to be on a fresh set. Drift could try and stretch it out to the end of the race. As we see Cam resetting his car now in the pits, Lapo is still unlapping himself.
Out. Stop at two. Tap.
As you see Cam resetting his car now in the pits, Lapo is still unlapping himself.
Tap.
All right, well, let's see. Let's see what the strategy says. If I was Drift right now, I would take a stop. But he could try and stretch it out. I don't think he will be able to. I just take a free stop. He knows that he's faster than these other cars.
Nope. Out.
No, he stays out. He does stay out.
Stop.
I just take a free stop. He knows that he's
Stop.
faster than these other cars.
Stop.
He stays out. He does stay out.
Get back.
All right. They are going to be going green this lap.
Wait, Cam him. Back. Cam is still. Cam is still on track. Back. Up. And green flag. Back waiting. And green flag. Back waiting.
Leading the way here again at Milwaukee. Let's see if he can keep his domination up throughout this race or to the end of the race. He will have to. They will have to take a stop though. Cam not able to make a move on Maverick just yet, so he's gonna be in traffic for now.
And looks like Apple.
Yep, he was able to get past Lapo right off the restart.
Left is left down. Kevin.
No, Cam is MP2. Oh yeah, sorry, P3. Sorry, I got confused with all the laps and unlapping. Sorry about that. Yeah, Cam is now in P3 at the moment, with Lapo starting to fall away again. Lapo just not able to set the pace. Maverick though, as we see now, the strategy did play out for him. He did get a bit lucky, but yeah. Um, can he defend from Cam for that P2 position? This could really turn over the championship fight and help out Drift. Drift is furling away though into the dark and into the distance of this race. 40 laps to go, so we have a solid maybe 20 to 30 minutes left in this race here. And Cam, let's see, can he build up some momentum here for a good run? Yes, he does. Let's see, where does he defend? Maverick defends the inside. Oh, a lot of strain. You can see those cars are under load through these corners. Very high-speed track. And is he going to defend the inside again? No, he doesn't. He leaves the inside open. Yeah, making a move. Is Maverick going to take it back? He does have a lot less push to pass. Ah, it doesn't look like he's going to be using it, though. Is he going to go for a dive anywhere around this track? Hugging that low lane, and he doesn't seem to have the momentum to come back at him. Yeah, now Cam is gonna go chase after Drift. Oh, but Maverick, wait, he has a little bit of momentum. Drift is pulling out into the distance. Even though he's on much more worn tires, he is able to keep that speed. He has been absolutely dominant today here. I think Maverick is going to be able to get that momentum going, though, to get ahead of Cam. Oh, as he touches the wall again, that's going to be it for his run at the moment. Let's see, though. Cam is going to be focusing on not making any mistakes now. Oh, as he touches the wall again. Let's see, though. Bless you.
Interesting battle taking place.
Yep, well, not too much of a fight put up by Maverick, but I think he knows what his chances are. He is using his push to pass at the moment. That's a strange moment to use his push to pass. I will say that. You would anticipate people to be using it when they are fighting for the position directly to defend or try and pass, not when you're just kind of flapping. So that's quite a strange move from him. Oh, Cam though hits the wall. Wait a minute. This could be. Oh, Cam's on the wall. Cam is in the wall. Cam is in the wall. I think he could have lagged there. I think that could be the lag for him. He's been having lag issues as of late today, and he's going into the pits again.
Second place and that good by.
Yep, Lapo is also taking a stop. Lapo is on zero fuel. Lapo is actually on 0% fuel, cutting into the pits. He is just lifting and coasting. And yep, he gets his fuel back and his tires. His push to pass is completely gone, and this is it. That is it for Cam. Does seem like Cam has possibly given up, which is the last thing you want to do.
Oh, Cam is moving.
Nope, Cam was heading back out, but he did get passed by Lapo. Really bad stop from him there. Let's see, did he make any setup changes or anything? Does seem like he did, so that's going to make him have a longer stop, but still, that doesn't make sense why he was so slow, as Drift is behind him, and this could be what seals this.
want to keep playing the battle by the end.
Yes, it does happen sometimes, but just to kind of give up for the second place. I mean, look, if you're in second place, all that means is that you're going to be losing 1 point to the next driver. But in this case, he's losing 4 points to the next to the championship contender. And unfortunately for him, that's a lot worse than having a 1 point gap. Is he can just trade positions with Drift next race, and then he'll be in the lead. But him just having that moment of self doubt just takes him out of the fight. Just to put it short, takes him completely out of this race. As Drift has already. Yep, go ahead. Sorry.
Cam make a comeback in the next few races, but it also depends on his strategy and the DNF in the few races. Then he might have Cam.
Yes, that is very true. Fontana is going to be interesting because it is going to be the low downforce spec cars. It's going to be a flat oval, I think. Lots of drivers can run lots of different lines. And I think that's going to be an interesting race to watch with like how close the margins could get. As well as Road America is going to be a tricky one for these guys. This is the first road course in a while, so the drivers are really going to have to get used to it again. Or they're going to really have to remember how to get into the groove of a road course.
Next oval, Montana, also known as Auto Club.
Yes, that is right. It is Fontana Auto Club. That is technically my home speedway too, actually, in California. Yep. Oh, but Drift is boxed in here. Oh, very close incident. Oh, sorry, not incident, but moment there. As Cam gets up into P3, Lapo kind of slow on the straight. That was very strange. And Cam somehow stays on the lead lap still. But that was a very tight moment for Drift. Drift could have definitely collided with Lapo, and that could have spelled a very bad incident for both of them. Nothing further though at the moment. Cam was able to stay on the lead lap just for now.
Cam
Is he on the lead lap?
On lap, one lap down.
Oh yeah, sorry, 1 lap down. So Cam was 1 lap down. I got a little bit confused. Maverick though, his unusual strategy, I guess he just got lucky with Cam and stuff, giving up a bit there. He was battling with Cam for that P2 position, but now he is in the second place position. So if anything happens to Drift here, he will be in the lead, which is it's kind of ironic. His strategy, his approach to these races, what I've heard from him is just whatever goes. I'll just go along the way and see what happens. And today it's worked out for him in a very funny way, you could say. It's kind of ironic. His strategy, his approach to these races, is just whatever goes.
I think call it like, but everything will happen with the
Yeah, definitely. A lot of chances for things to flip around here. 25 to go is really just nothing. I mean, if you think about it, or well, it's quite a small distance in an oval race like this. But if you look at it on the big scale, something could still happen. Drift could still have a mistake, an incident where he loses his car even a little bit, and that will flip the race. I mean, first of all, it's a caution. Second of all, people can stop. Third of all of his contenders are going to catch back up to him. Not gonna say that Drift is gonna happen to Drift, but it could be any other driver in the field. At the moment, Drift has had a very clean race. Lapo has, I mean, if anybody else besides Drift crashes, they're gonna be out of the race. So that's one thing. Drift is the only one that. Yeah, exactly. So if anybody besides Drift is the only one who can afford a crash. You can't make it back to the pits, to the reset area still in the pits. Oh, as we see a big run from Drift into that corner. You can see that just commitment, the bravery he has, I guess, on the brakes around this track. I think he's gotten very used to this circuit. I mean, you could see off the lap times, he's definitely the most comfortable at the moment at this track. And he is running a very safe setup as we are waving the blue flags here for Cam. He can still technically keep the pace and fight for his speed. This is an oval at the end of the day, but still interesting to watch. As I mean, Yeah, it's been a very interesting race to watch. We had a very close battle there, but it does seem like Drift has the upper hand here. Which, if we look previously, Cam did have actually the advantage at every other short oval, but not always the luck. As we've seen at like Long Beach and stuff, he was pretty dominant, but the luck hurt him there. I think those races, such as Long Beach and like the opening few rounds, where he had like bad luck off strategy, deploy and stuff, I think those are the ones that really hurt him. Oh, they both made contact with the wall. You see, that could just barely maybe damage the suspension and cause him to be out. Or sorry, to crash. As we see Drift finally trying to lap Cam again. A little bit of contact there. Cam is defending his position very aggressively though. He wants to make it a struggle for Drift. Drift really doesn't even have to care at the moment. He just have to stay on track. He knows that Cam was going to be, is already a lap down to him. I'm not sure if Cam knows that though. But it looks like he does, and he's just trying to be a pain in the butt for Drift and hope that Maverick could maybe take a point off him. If Maverick can catch up, of course, which it does seem like is going to be a challenge at least. He's almost getting lapped by Drift. This is starting to seem like a repeat of, no, but although Detroit has been was a better race for Drift. He just pulled away from oh, they both have to check up. That was dangerous from them. They both have to check up there on the straight. That could have been bad. Near miss for those drivers. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Drift is, I don't know if Drift is really wants to even lap Cam. I think for Cam is just more of like at the moment, an ego thing. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way at all. Just like a thing of, I'm able to keep him back, It's not that it matters at the moment, because he is still a lap down, but it is just like one of those things that, okay, so I can still do this. I can still kind of stay in contention. It does seem like he's pulling away now, actually, from Drift. I think it will be tough. It will be tough. A lap around here is roughly 24 seconds, so you'll have to be cutting down like 3 seconds a lap to Drift just to maybe get on the lead lap by the end of the race. So, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. At the same time, one mistake from anybody else, and this race is going to be flipped on its head. With there's probably, if there's a caution right now, it's going to be 10 to go when we go green. So stops and stuff could happen. As Maverick might get lapped here. Drift is on the oldest tires. Like, I think actually the fact that we remember when we were discussing if a one stop is possible for Drift, I think that's it. I think he's been able to pull it off. I think he's not gonna pass Cam with these tires to lap him twice, but I do think that he's gonna be able to stay overall ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Cam just, he's trying to pull away a little by little. He has the momentum. Not that it's going to matter at the moment. He is just fighting for that just spot on the track. But still, fun to watch their battle from before. Unfortunately, that Cam just completely fell apart towards the end there. Oh, can he make it? No, he can't. Not yet for Drift, but he does have a momentum. He's gonna have to back out on the exit a little bit there. This is just I guess, a fun battle for these two guys. Cam is kind of just, I guess they're just having fun at this point.
Gonna be now?
Oh, it just might be. He's around the outside. We know from the NXT race that outside lane can be very powerful. Everybody was running on the second groove the entirety of the NXT race. It was just the momentum you could carry on that line. But I don't think he's gonna be able to do it now. Just sitting there, just kind of running that outside line. It's 7 to go. So if they make contact right now, it is going to be a tough, tough, tough break for Drift if they make very severe contact. As we see, I think Lapo actually is he? I think he unlapped himself actually. From Maverick. As he's backing out, yeah, blue flags are waving for everybody. At the moment, there's 2 people that are getting blue flags waved to them. But can he make it? Oh, they're just so close. Maverick and Lapu are racing. This is interesting to watch. Lapu is 2 laps down on him, but still they're having a little bit of fun as well there. This is really just racing for fun at the moment. Literally just racing for fun. As we're gonna see the pack actually pack up here a lot. As we see Lapu and Maverick fighting for the lead laps, as well as Cam. Oh, Drift is able to make the move now down the inside. He makes a stick, and he's finally now up on sorry for my language. He is now up by 2 laps on Cam. After that, it was strange to say the least. Pit stops. I think so. Now he does have to be careful because I think at the moment, if he has a single incident, this could be race ending for him. Although he's several laps up, they're gonna go 3 wide into turn 1, and Drift makes this wise decision to back out of it. He's still on the outside.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, Cam still. He's being a little feisty here today, but I like it. I love it actually. Drift is just taking the safe options, not making any mistakes. Based on the operative side, but Cam sliding up into the wall, and he makes contact with him. That is a bit too aggressive there from Cam, but I don't think there's gonna be any investigation for that since it was pretty clean. Cam's still fighting for that position. That is very fun to watch. Yes. Oh, Cam, he's like, oh, look at that, 1, 2, and 3. That is kind of funny to see that. Unfortunately, that the grid does shrink so much. We had a better NXT grid today, but Cam's still trying to fight for that lead lap. As Drift might let him by here. No, he doesn't.
1 lap down. Cam's trying to take 1 lap down.
And it is going to be checkered flag. Drift makes history here for EDRS. That is his 3rd win in a row. He has the longest podium streak now in EDRS history, as well as the longest winning streak in EDRS history. He takes the championship lead, the first person to take the championship lead from Cam since round 3 or round 2. I would have to check of this championship. This is getting interesting. 4 rounds to go after this, and we could see a huge flip in the title fight. We already see a huge change in momentum. Drift getting that momentum after that not so great, to put it short, race at Indianapolis for everybody. He's just been able to find something else inside of him, finding some new momentum as he goes past the halfway point of the season. And he has brought this fight back for himself. Cam now is going to have to find an answer at Fontana. And we know he's good at super speedways. We know he's fast. We know he's brave. But can Drift maybe punch back? Can Drift make some momentum and just keep the momentum and stay ahead of Cam in this championship? I think we're going to be getting some of these drivers up for interviews in just a second. All right. Well, we're gonna be getting these drivers up into uh in for interviews here in just a moment here. Lapu and Maverick lining up side by side. Cam, unfortunate race for him. So
Start going
that's
into
just tough.
the place.
Sorry?
Camp started to pull in. That's not helpful.
Yeah, especially when you're in a title fight, that is not something you want to do. All right. Well, let's see. Can we get anybody? All right. I'll be bringing up some of the drivers in just a second here. All right. I'll be bringing up some of the drivers in just a second here. Hey, hello guys. Well, I guess we should go bottom to top. Lop finishing P4 there. You did have a pretty tough race, honestly. I know how it feels sometimes on the mental side when you just don't have the pace. And honestly, I would want to congratulate you on just finishing the race because it is just mentally very difficult to finish a race like this when you just can't find the pace. So, what are your thoughts? What are your takeaways? We did know that you were not going to be too strong around ovals and Indy cars, but what is your main takeaway from this? And what can you improve heading into Fontana next weekend? Lapo? Hello? Wait, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me
Yeah.
before? Could you guys hear me before this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think
Oh,
Lapo is yes.
yeah, I
Can
think.
I go then if Lapo can't speak?
Yeah, let's go and let's go on over to let's go on over to Maverick now. Maverick, so a very strange strategy for me today, just kind of like sticking it together, I guess, with whatever you've got, and just put some duct tape on it at the end there. But
Yeah, honestly.
what do you think? Do you? I know that your strategy is kind of whatever goes, whatever I feel like. So, what is your main takeaway from that? Did you get lucky
I just
today, or?
try I just try to do the long strat, just go for like a long runs and do stuff. I'm very thankful that like sometimes
All
the
right, I'm
IndyCar
here.
gods really did favor me this race, as Cam
Yeah.
kind of did Bennett in the last few ones. So thank you IndyCar gods, thank you.
Cam
I'll give you my subscription for next season.
Cam did give up mid race there a bit, which is the last thing you want to do, in my opinion. I mean, even if he finishes one position behind, he's still within 1 point of drift. But in this case, he's making the gap more than one position, which, considering drift has had the momentum on his side, is going to make it very tough. But I'm happy to see you get up into the second place there. Unexpected for you, honestly, to get we weren't really expecting anything to happen to the end of the race, but that incident from Cam, having that small issue on the corner entry and losing his tires helped you out a lot, as well as making the race a bit more interesting. Unfortunate for him, of course, that really sucks, but yeah, thank you, and good result from you here, and you do actually, I think, make up a position in the championship here, maybe. We'll have to see at the end. All right. So Lapo's now here, and Lapo.
All
So I know
right.
it was a very tough race weekend for you here today. Not great in quali, not great in the race, but I really would like to congratulate you on just being able to get through it. As a driver, I do know that these races are really hard mentally because you just can't find the pace and you just kind of feel like a sitting duck all the way around. But to make it to the end is something that does actually take quite a bit of I'd just say courage, honestly, just to keep going.
Yeah, I just figured I'd at least try and have some resiliency and just get it done. I mean, hey, hopefully I'll run better at Fontana, but even then, I'm just happy to chip away at my points deficit. Yeah, I just figured I'd at least
Yeah, I
try.
mean, it wasn't too bad at the end of the day. And still, it's great that you stuck around and finished. I mean, Fontana's gonna be interesting because it's pretty much flat all the way around. So that's gonna be interesting. I think we're gonna have very close margins there, and we know that Cam is pretty good at flat ovals. So, well, to be fair, everybody is, but still, I mean, congrats on finishing in this case, and let's hope for better luck to the end of the season for you. Now,
Yeah, I hope so.
the man of the moment today here is Drifting Flames, setting two records today or well, beating his own record for the longest podium streak in EDRS, as well as breaking the record for the most wins and wins in a row in EDRS. So, what do you have to take away from that? I mean, you've had an amazing run after the sixth round of the season, just winning by good margins. Phoenix was the closest margin, and ironically, right before that, you had the biggest winning margins. So, what is your takeaway? I mean, you were able to absolutely dominate after passing Cam here today.
Honestly, I don't know where the speed came from. I just kind of studied the track. Wasn't able to practice until like the race weekend, honestly. So I was able to study the track as I was going the way through. Around lap 50, I hit something, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I think I understand it now."
Yeah, I mean, we saw your pace just turn up. I mean, we saw the gap with Cam, and we're like, oh, well, maybe he'll get him on strategy. You did try the overcut every time, and I do think it worked out for you. And like looking at the lap times, I think you're right. Around lap 50, you just started breaking Cam's momentum and just gaining. There was a few mistakes here and there, but your pace was honestly incredible. And congrats on the win. And let's see if you can keep that momentum going. Do you think you can keep this going to the end of the season? Do you think you could just completely pull away with this championship, or do you think there might be still a fight there for you?
Probably not. There might still be a fight for me left in the championship.
All right. Well, now with this, you do take the championship lead by 3 points. You were tied heading into this round,
Hmm.
but now you are the first person to lead the championship since round two, I believe, other than Cam. So Cam, I guess, loosening his grip around the final, well, the championship, drivers' championship trophy. Well, really, anything you have to say to anybody else right now driving?
Honestly, not really. No.
Yeah. Well, it was still an interesting race. We did have a battle. This was, I think, the first time you actually fought directly with Cam for a long amount of time in a race, right? I don't think you had too many fights with him this season.
Yeah, no. That was mostly mid pack for the beginning and half.
Yep. And now, him missing Detroit definitely helped you a lot. I would say that for sure. But still, happy to see you in the fight. The NXT race, if we look back at that, I was expecting you guys to run the second groove. And did you take that into account before you started this race, or did you go with your own strategy?
The second group, honestly, me running the second group was more of a way so I can pass on the outside, since the car is actually able to stay up there for like a good while.
Yeah, I would say that like from the first for the first NXT race, I thought that was gonna be like a full on second groove for all the Indy cars, but turns out you guys could actually run the bottom line a lot better.
Yeah, you just gotta dive in earlier and just let the car coast onto there.
Yeah, well, anyway, best of luck to you further in the season, and congrats on your win. And yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to finish it off for us today. Pretty interesting race with a few battles here and there. Was pretty spread out.
Yep.
So it was very easy for us to commentate with you here. But still, very fun to watch that finish there. And well, we'll see you guys next week for Fontana. That's another flat oval, second flat oval of the season. So it's going to be something interesting to watch, something unusual.
I'll be signing off. I'll be signing off with Panic. And Panic, once again, thanks for joining me up here. But some of the others have to go make it over screen up. See you all next week.
Yeah.
I'll be signing off.
All right.
This telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or re-uploaded
All right.
in any form without giving explicit
Um.
credit to C Media,
Well, great
the
job,
featured
Casper. You've
properties
done a
under
great
its
job
C
on the
Sports
broadcast.
division,
Drift,
and the
could I
sanctioning
ask you
rights
something
featured
real
in
quick
this presentation.
Yeah, go ahead.
before we finish it off with the? Well, I'll go after this. I gotta do stuff, but I was thinking of. I don't know. It's up to you, of course, if you're interested or not. But I was thinking, could we possibly make a GT game in the future?